Hello, it is I. Now,
Forza Horizon 4 for the past couple of years, especially the past few weeks, hasn't exactly been having the greatest time. With the overall feedback of the game, lack of creator engagement, and the infamous Discord bans, it seems like the Forza franchise is slowly falling apart. And I never thought I'd ever make this video in my life, but here is why I think the end of Forza may be near.
Now before getting into this video, let me just call my good friend JJ. Yo, JJ.
Yo.
So, say what if everybody watching to like this video?
What?
You heard the man, obliterate that like button. 7,500 likes is the target as per usual. If you don't hit the like button, yeah, then your mum. And subscribe too if you are new around it. We do be trying to hit 160k by the end of this month, and any help will be greatly appreciated. And over 59% of you guys watching are not subscribed, which is very embarrassing, so change that please. Anyways, without further ado, let us get into this video.
Like this, so I reckon I better off giving them
Stone Island from my head to my feet. When I step on the street, I don't know where it costs.
Yes, this is a controversial topic which is kind of opinion based, but it's also facts as well. I, alongside many other content creators, have made videos on why Forza Horizon 4 has failed, but I'll quickly summarize it here for you. Firstly, the location was pretty awful. Yes, I've made many videos in the past talking about how Horizon 4 should be set in the UK, but those were made by selfish 15-year-old me who just wanted the game to be set in the country that I live in. And the transition from sunny Australia to the dreary UK was very depressing for literally everybody. Another issue was just how repetitive the games were. Horizon 4 adopted the same exact system as Horizon 3's progression, and it just felt like a clone with a different skin. There was zero wow factor. Everything seemed the same, but worse. And the expansions for Horizon 4 were terrible too, especially comparing it to Horizon 3's Blizzard Mountain and Hot Wheels expansions. Fortune Island was way too similar to Horizon 2's Storm Island, and the Lego Speed Racers one was just, it just annoys me. There was so much potential that was just put in the bin. When we were meant to be getting a new Forza Motorsport game, we just got a cringy little expansion which literally everybody hated. There were even petitions to cancel the expansion, which is mental. Seriously, Motorsport 7 flopping was strike 1, Horizon 4 flopping was strike 2, and both Fortune Island and the Lego Speed Racers expansions were like strike 3. Honestly, I feel like the next Motorsport game is also gonna flop, so they'd have to hope for a miracle to stay relevant in the future years to come.
Balance it, jump on a beat, then I savage it.
In 2018, Horizon 4 was revealed and released, and a lot of the players really didn't enjoy the game near as much as Horizons 2 or 3. Then in 2019, when we were meant to be getting a new Motorsport game, we got nothing. Oh, except for a cringy Lego Speed Racers expansion. And then in 2020, we finally got a tiny glimpse at the new Motorsport game, which looks almost identical to Motorsport 7. Now, I appreciate that the next Motorsport game is called Forza Motorsport, not Motorsport 8, as it gives the developers a lot more time prioritizing and developing the Horizon games, instead of the frankly futile Forza Motorsport games. However, with this year delay, it's also going to put a lot of pressure on the shoulders of the developers. With an extra year to develop the game, the players and content creators would be expecting a perfect Horizon game, set in the perfect location with a perfect car list, features we've all dreamt of having in a Horizon game. Honestly, if the game's for whatever reason not set in Japan, I genuinely think that this will be the end of the Forza franchise, or it'll just turn into the Williams F1 team of racing games, unless they manage a miracle by making an incredible sequel somehow.
For many years and you were never there.
Forza games over the recent years have lately been catering to a younger audience, a much younger audience. Horizons 1 to 3 were mainly played by teenagers, all the way up to adults, and they developed a strong fan base of these people. But Horizon 4 was made to target cringy kids you'd find in your school, with Dorito stains on their Fortnite shirts. Okay, that was a bit out of order. What I'm trying to say is that when you've been making Horizon games for the past 8 years, building a strong, loyal fan base who adore the Horizon franchise, don't suddenly switch from an arcade game to a children's game. It might be good business-wise, but the loyal players hate it. And even YouTubers don't enjoy the game either. So many people who've made Forza videos in the past have practically stopped. It's fair to see Jack Automotive upload a Forza video, Shinyodd, Slaptrain, and Tomcat have practically given up with Forza content, and Black Panther's last Forza video was literally 4 months ago. And you know what? I'll be real with you guys. I know a lot of people see me as a Forza YouTuber, but I genuinely don't enjoy Forza Horizon 4 at all. I know I've made countless number of videos defending Forza when the community brought hate to the game, but that was mainly just just for content. Literally the only time I ever play Forza Horizon 4 is to make content. Nothing in the game appeals to me. I personally wouldn't even recommend it to my friends. Honestly, if you're thinking of getting Forza Horizon 4, save your money and just get Horizon 3. It's like Horizon 4 but much better. I know this point sounded really harsh, but it's just the reality. And I struggle to see Forza surviving when much more superior games are being released day after day. Speaking of which,
Covered in diamonds, never been mining, came through man still shit.
back when Forza games like Horizon 2 and Horizon 3 throve, they were either very lucky or timed the release of their games very well. Horizon 2's main rival was The Crew, and although The Crew was actually a pretty decent game, comparing a successful game with roots back to 2012 to a brand new game from Ubisoft is no fair comparison. Horizon 2 blew it out of the water, and Horizon 3's main rival was Need for Speed 2015. Need for Speed is also a pretty good game, but Horizon 3 was no match for it. But ever since Horizon 4, competition toughened up so much. Horizon 4 had to compete with Need for Speed Payback, The Crew 2 and Need for Speed Heat. Those aren't exactly easy games to compete with, and Horizon 4 for the rest of this year and next year have to deal with Criterion's next Need for Speed game, as well as the legendary Test Drive Unlimited Solo Crown. Competition is going to be so tough for the devs. I honestly feel like the devs are just going to sweep Horizon 4 under the mat and just ignore that the game ever came out. It's going to get absolutely destroyed by the opposition, so I feel the devs should wait for the right time to release the next Horizon game, or just pull the big guns out and make the next game the perfect Forza Horizon game.
You're not a gangster, you're just an internet version.
The elephant in the room, the bans. Now at the time of this recording, there's currently a big problem with Forza and randomly banning random people from the Discord server. It started with Forza banning people with inappropriate designs on their cars, like the Rising Sun, Confederate flag, nudity, etc. But it's escalated to the point of them practically banning anybody who speaks on the Forza Discord server. I personally don't think somebody personally is banning people. I just think it's an automated system. I mean, if this can get you banned, and it's someone manually doing it, then that is mad. And all these bans have resulted in a lot of hate being thrown towards Forza's direction, even by people who haven't been banned themselves. And just so you know, it's never cool to send outright hate to a game developer or anybody in general. So if you're sending emails, tweets, or just any form of hateful spam to Forza, please stop. You're genuinely a terrible person if you're doing that. Now, speaking of hate, it brings me nicely to my last point.
Like, how could they afford that? Like I wasn't.
The Forza franchise receiving a lot of hate from its own fans, and seeing the game publicly be slandered by fans is very embarrassing and demotivating on behalf of Forza. Now, I personally haven't been hated on by a community to the point that it's brought me down to my knees, but to see a very well established game receive so much hate from their own fans publicly, I can imagine it will be increasingly hard to make a comeback. These are weird examples, but think about Logan Paul. After his whole situation, he had to make top quality content to finally become relevant and loved again. Same with James Charles and his very well scripted apology. Yes, these are very out of the norm examples, but it applies perfectly to the Forza Horizon series. If Forza expect you to make a comeback and destroy the charts, make everybody satisfied and get love from the community again, like I said before, they'll have to make the perfect game. It will definitely be a hard process, but with the extra year to develop Horizon 5, it definitely won't be impossible. And if any of the devs are watching, if you've somehow run out of ideas, your boys made a lot of videos on improving Horizon 4 or Horizon 5. So yeah, give them a watch please, I'd like some money.
Anyways, that's the end of the video. Jesus, I'm on crack. Anyways, that's the end of this video. I really hope you guys did enjoy this one. Just so you know that this was not an attack on Forza at all. I don't hate them. This is just my explanation on why they might be cancelled. If you guys want to see more stuff just like this, then obliterate that like button and subscribe to the channel if you are new. We do be trying to hit 160k by the end of August, and any help will be greatly appreciated. Thank you very much, and I'll catch up with you guys very soon. Until next time, have a good one guys, stay safe, stay inside. Till next time.
Hey, they said they like it when I rap like this, so I reckon I better off giving than that. I Billy be 1 in a million, killing the shit when I hit like a swing in a bat. Average, you and I rapping like this, then the fuckers are bringing it back. If you ain't gonna listen to this, how the fuck you gonna listen to that? Well, you be